Hi, I think we need to talk about my content because there are two topics that just like every 6 months or a year or something rear their ugly head, and like almost from day one I've been getting this, or like from the first or second year I've been doing this, I've been getting this over and over again, these two things. So I want to cover one briefly and then the second one more in depth. And this came about because of my latest Siglent teardown oscilloscope video, which got demonetized, by the way. Anyway, it's not impacted me a huge amount, but it's bloody annoying. Anyway, I don't know, what is it, pornographic or something? I don't get it. Anyway, people have been commenting on that video about these two things, and people seem to have, this video seems to have triggered them a little bit, I guess. And occasionally when I do like a spate of, I'll get into this, a spate of a particular type of video, this topic seems to rear its ugly head every time. So the first one is, let's go in here. I won't show you the actual comment. Here's just some response in here. The first one is about, oh, this is a sponsored video. Quite a few people in the comments said, oh, this is just a sponsored video. And I'll make it completely clear now, if it's not already clear, this is not a sponsored video. I have never, ever done a sponsored video, and I never will do a sponsored video as far as I can foresee into the future. Maybe if I lost all my sources of revenue or something, maybe I might be desperate enough to do something like that. And like the rules, let's go to my website. You can read it here. I'll post the link in down below. It's always been here. These are my terms and conditions, my rules for reviewing equipment. And I tell the manufacturers flat out that what is the list? Hang on. They get no say in whether I actually do a video or not. Now, if this was a paid, oh yeah, I've never accepted money to do a video ever. And I can't see myself doing that. I just don't need to do that sort of thing. And I've turned down some really big money to do videos as well. I haven't accepted a cent, but we'll get into that. Now, I've got a lot of gear that manufacturers have sent me that I've done nothing with, really. You know, I might have tweeted a photo of it or done something, or I might have just done a teardown and then never got around to doing a review, or just simply never got around to doing a review at all. So if these videos were sponsored, wouldn't the manufacturers be pissed, especially if they were paid sponsorships, that I actually haven't done anything with their gear? That goes to show that they're not sponsored. So my rules are basically, what it comes down to is that they don't get a say in whether or not I actually do a video. It's basically if they send their gear in and maybe I'll do a video if it interests me. Maybe I might do a review, I might not. I might do a teardown, I might not. It depends how interested I am in the bit of gear. And that basically goes for, as far as I'm aware, all of the other electronics bloggers out there as well. I don't think any are actually paid to do sponsored reviews or anything like that, as far as I'm aware anyway. Please correct me if I'm wrong. So they don't get a say in whether or not I actually do anything, and they get no say in what type of video I do, whether it's a teardown, whether it's a review. They get no say in what I say about their product. They don't get to see the video before it goes public. Many manufacturers have asked this, but I always say no. And they get no say in whether or not I show a competitor's product in the video. And trust me, any manufacturer who wants a sponsored video does not want their competitors' products in those videos. You know, I'm always showing competitors' videos. And like, if I was paid to do this, that would not be acceptable to most companies. So no, I'm not. It's as far from a sponsored video as it could possibly be. Yes, the manufacturers send me gear. Yes, some of them do let me keep it. But in the case of this Siglent that we're talking about, it's a loaner. I've got to send it back to the local rep, Trio. They made me sign for it that I'm just borrowing the thing, right? So I'm going to send it back. Little, you know, $300 and $499 scope, got to send it back. So and any company who tries to dictate any of the terms I say on my website, I tell them to piss off, bugger off, and That's just the way it is. It's my way or the highway. So no, these are not sponsored videos. And if you want to, I just do what interests me. Manufacturers send me stuff. That's what they do to popular video bloggers. You can't blame them, right? Because the exposure they can get can be orders of magnitude more valuable than buying an ad on some website, either it's my website or somewhere else, at one of the trade journals or trade websites or whatnot. The exposure can be really good, but it's I can guess I can only speak for myself, but I just do what I like. And that's it. So no, they're not sponsored videos. If you want to call them sponsored, go and have a look at the history of my videos, what I've done to companies that have let me keep gear. This is what I do to companies. That let me keep a $10,000 oscilloscope, $15,000 oscilloscope. They let me keep it, right? They don't pay me, but I guess I get paid in gear, right? Even though that doesn't feed my family, right? I don't sell the gear, so it doesn't. I just collect it so that I can use them in videos and can do comparison reviews and shootouts and things like that. And what do I do to companies who let me keep really expensive gear like that? I show it blowing up on its launch day. A company spent years developing this product, a huge launch day. I've shown them blowing up. I've shown manufacturing faults. I've shown firmware faults. I've shown all sorts of things. Just the latest Siglent video I did, I showed some weird, might be a firmware bug at the end of it with the normal mode capture. Why would I show that if this was a sponsored video? I've exposed products, the companies that I have good relationships with, in terms of them, like, sending me gear, and, we have a dialogue and stuff like that. I give them feedback and things like that, and I show their products blowing up. I show the fluke meter. I expose all these issues with, some of the most popular products on the market. And these are the companies that let me keep stuff. So if that doesn't prove that I'm not paid for and sponsored videos, I don't know what does. So I don't understand. I've ranted on. I didn't want to speak this long on sponsored videos, but unbelievable. So please stop. And by the way, if I'm getting paid in revenue from the video, let's have a look at my Uni-T oscilloscope teardown. What did I make? $139. It's okay, but it doesn't even pay for my time to make that video. So don't go around saying that I'm making oodles of money from their ad revenue and things like that. $139. Thank you very much. I think that was a half reasonable one. And some of them are under $100. Like, come on. Doesn't even pay for my time. Unbelievable. All right, so that's enough on the sponsorship thing. Right, so let's get to the next one. The next comment is about who quite a few people, once again, people tend to pile on when this one comes on, and I've always had this issue, and I'm going to address it in depth here, hopefully. Now, I've had to address this over the years, and I like addressing this because I like correcting. If people, I like feedback. I invite feedback. If you don't like my videos, hey, I read your comments. It's not like I go around deleting them or ignoring them. I try and respond and try and hopefully educate you. If you say, oh, all my videos are, all my channel's changed, and I'll get into this, all my videos are, not, I'm doing all these types of videos recently and I'm not doing the ones they want or whatever, then it's like, they're basically wrong every time. And I'll show you the data here. I have data. I bought the data. Okay. And I'll show you that you're actually wrong. Okay. And I appreciate the feedback. I really do. But please be aware of the several things. Let's get into it. The complaints are on the most recent video that all I do is teardowns and mailbags recently. Go back to the old, what happened to the old EEVblog channel? When I used to do tutorials and things like, stuff that particular person subscribed for, right? And then I get another person saying, what was it? Mailbag. They want to see more mailbag. There's the thing. Everyone signs up for a different reason. That's the problem with a channel like mine that's been built up over 8.5 years, 500,000 subscribers, 100 million views, been built up on an eclectic mix of content. It is impossible, absolutely flat out impossible for me to keep not appeasing, that's not the right word, keep giving everyone what they want all the time. It's just impossible. So many people sign up for so many different reasons. I'm one of the, I don't know if there's probably another channel that does, as in the engineering space, that does an eclectic mix of content like I do. And if you actually go in, I did this survey, I don't know, what was it, 6-9 months ago or something, and I've done a video releasing this data, what people like to watch, and I have like 30 or more different types of videos. I make a couple of videos a week. I can't possibly it's physically impossible for me to make a video that appeals to everyone on a regular basis. And sometimes just, I might get a spate of test equipment in, because the manufacturers have all started making them and they're sending me stuff and I'm interested in it and stuff like that. Why did I do the new Siglant video? Well, I like low-cost scopes. I'm quite excited by that one. It's like if it was another, I've got the Unity one, right? That Unity one didn't really interest me because it wasn't all that low cost, and I had that one for ages just sitting there. But this Siglant one has offered quite a few features. So I really, I work on what excites me. The videos that come out are primarily based on what excites me at that particular time. And if I happen to get excited about something, I just did a series of 3 power supply videos, and that excited me at the time. So it was only going to be 1 review video, and it turned out to be 3, including a tutorial type thing on ceramic capacitor cracking, and stuff like that just happens. Anyway, look what people signed up for. The original, one of the major complainers on the latest video, oh, I'm just doing all mailbags. Well, sorry, but 49.7%, almost 50, half of my audience like mailbag. And complained that my channel was just all teardowns, all mailbag. Half my audience like mailbag. Over half my audience like test equipment teardowns. Go figure, right? More than 58%. Is that the largest one? Yep, largest one like random teardowns. And I'll get into my data in a minute. I break it down for you. Stay tuned. Mystery teardowns, things like that. Vintage computers, 40%. And how many people like tutorials? Hang on, reviews, everything else, reviews, development boards. Anyway, I'll link in the video where I go through this in detail. But advanced tutorial equipment usage tutorials, repair videos, random hacking. Anyway. Reverse engineering, yeah, that's popular. Dumpster diving's popular at 43%. Anyway, a whole bunch of things. What do people want to see more of? They want to see more repair. Yeah, okay. But they want to see more advanced tutorials. Do they? Yeah, okay. They say they do, but when I do them, not many people, they don't get a lot of views. Fundamentals videos often don't get a lot of views these days. But I still do them. They want to see teardowns, things like that, right? So, anyway, I actually looked at all my videos, and I'll go full screen here. Okay, you can capture this. Okay, here we go. Sorry for the mess that is. Anyway, I've got the different categories across here and how many videos, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so these are the different categories and the videos I've done since video number 1000. Okay, and let's just go through a list here. What have I done recently? The complaint was, it's just teardowns and mailbags. Well, is it? Let's actually, people like to say these things, but then they don't actually go in and check. I like to check. Okay, I like to actually get some data on this stuff because, hey, I want to know if I'm doing too many of one type of video and it's pissing people off. I appreciate the feedback. And this is what I'm doing. Most bloggers won't do this. They'll just ignore your comment or delete it or whatever. I actually care. You know, I want to go in there. I'm trying to please people. But as I said, it's pretty impossible. Anyway, yeah, calibration tours, right? That's some old footage that I released. I won't count the MCAD shootout. Another oscilloscope teardown. Okay, technically that's, if you don't count the old material, that's 2 oscilloscope teardowns in a row. Yeah, sorry, you know, it's going to happen. It's just the way it is. And then I did the power supply, right? A flaming power supply, incredibly popular. Then the repair, which a lot of people wanted. Then the, is it a tutorial? I don't know, but it's like a technical, I think I put that down as tech. A technical video, sort of solving capacitor cracking. Really good, you know, on-topic stuff for an electronics engineering channel. That was quite popular. Look, a lot of thumbs up. Hardly any thumbs down. That brilliant ratio there. People love that. We got our mailbag. Hey. Anyway, like we can go down. Right. Look, you can go look at my 1,000 my video. You can go look at my videos since then. Okay. But let's have a look at this sheet, shall we? I've done 5 since. So in the last 42 videos, not counting blabs and other, you know, miscellaneous things, I've done 5 test equipment teardowns. Okay, that seems a reasonable amount, but it's not. I've done 2 scopes and the rest are other things. People said they like debunkings. I've done 3 debunking type video. One was like a call out. Wasn't quite. I'm putting it under debunking. I've done 3 debunking videos in the last 42 videos. That's pretty good. Miscellaneous teardowns. I've done 7 miscellaneous teardowns. That's the most teardowns and tech. Teardowns and... Oh, sorry. I wasn't showing you. I wasn't showing you that... I didn't get it. How to... yeah. Bloody XSplit. I'm not watching the window that I'm editing on. Anyway, you can go have a look at my videos that I've been doing. Sorry, I might have to edit this one. Yeah, I've done oscilloscope teardowns, a couple, last 2 oscilloscope teardowns, solving ceramic capacitor, cracking, all that. Anyway, sorry about that. And what do we got? Hang on. Let's go back to full webcam. Right, the 2 biggest ones I've done are tech videos, right? Actually, real like technical, on-topic technical content. Which I'm sure very few people will complain about. 7 of those. 7 teardowns. When you combine test gear teardowns with miscellaneous teardowns, okay, I admit it's a lot, but you saw the response there. More than half my audience want teardowns. They love them. So technically, I'm giving my audience what they want there. So, you know, I've done 6 review videos for those who love their reviews. I've done 1 dumpster diving video. I've done 2 repair videos. I've put them down. 7 tech, 4 mailbag. So whoever's complaining that I do too many mailbags, I understand if you don't like mailbag. Not everyone's going to like every segment. That's fine, but a lot of people do like it. But I've only done 4 in the last 40. Less than 1 in 10. Geez, that's not many mailbags, really, considering I used to do it weekly. You want me to go back, really? You want me to go back to the old EEVblog, where I did a teardown every week, teardown Tuesday, and a mailbag every week, mailbag Monday? That's when I was almost doing a, you know, every second video was a teardown, every second video was a mailbag. I've done 6 EEV Academy or tutorial videos. Some of those were David's. Not mine, but I did 3 or 4 of those. 2 vintage computer and 1 microcontroller, and also the series of interviews with Keysight, which was massively popular. If you haven't seen the interview with the Keysight interview, that was fantastic. A lot of people loved that. That was really top-notch content, I thought. Very unique content, which you hardly get anywhere else. And then the Keysight tour videos and stuff like that. So I think I've done pretty well at that mix. You know, like I haven't been trying, but it just sort of natural. It's not like I sit down and go, oh, have I done too many of this type of video recently? No, I don't do that kind of thing, but it just seems to gravitate towards an eclectic mix of content. And as I said, sometimes there'll just be a spate of a particular type of video. And sorry, but that's just the way it is. Please don't, start complaining that my channel's going downhill. And I've done this analysis several times over the years when people complain. I've done it on the forum. I don't think I've done a video before. I've done it on the forum. I've posted it on a blog or wherever. And the result is always the same. People who are complaining are simply mistaken or wrong about my channel going downhill or whatever it is. Now, if you think my channel's going downhill, okay, I can't appeal to everyone. Sorry, and I'm going to have to use the old massively cliched YouTube creator response in that if you don't like it, unsubscribe and don't watch. But as I said, I appreciate the feedback. And by me doing this video and actually going to the trouble to analyze stuff and things like that, I just like to, it shows that I care. And I'm trying to do my best. I haven't been doing a lot of videos recently. I've been, by the way, just flat out with business stuff, the multimeter, the Kickstarter, family stuff, all sorts of things happening at the moment. It's a real hectic time. So, I'm kind of doing my best. But yeah, and the video, it's quite a mix. Mystery, teardowns. I've done the debunking videos. I've done... and then even before that, if you go back before 1,000, which isn't that long ago, I was doing, what was I doing here? Like how to program. I did that whole series of, like the whole manufacturing the Nixie tube clock. That was hugely popular. Look at that, 100,000 views, 120,000, 95, and then the CE mark on a product. Like, people quickly forget about content I've done. They like to... And a lot of, once someone makes a comment like this, other people will, pile on top, and it gets to the top of the comments. And I feel a need to respond to this. Not because I'm hugely defensive about it. At the end of the day, I'm always going to do the type of videos that I want to do. And I know I can't please everyone, so it's not that I don't try. I do kind of try, but there's only so much I can do. Sorry about it. It's Fermi party, a microscope stuff. There's a whole bunch of signal path interview. There's a whole bunch of stuff. And people are all too quick to forget about those sort of things. And as I said, there will be spates of times when I'll do a whole bunch of mailbags, or I'll do no mailbags, or I'll do a whole bunch of teardowns, I'll do no teardowns. I'll do, it's just the way it is. I don't schedule these things. I don't have a list of videos that I'm going to do. Maybe you could argue that, hey, I could can the content. I could shoot it, can it, and then release them in a more controlled way, perhaps, so that it's mixing it up and and you don't get 2 or 3 oscilloscope videos in a row. Or, because my next video maybe was going to be the oscilloscope shootout. And quite frankly, with people, like, it kind of kills my enthusiasm a little bit when people start commenting, oh, another oscilloscope video, or you're all just sponsored. Imagine if I do, my next video is a shootout with the Siglant, the Rigol, and the O1 or whatever, the Unity or whatever, 4-channel scope shootout. I was kind of, a bit excited to do that. And, these sort of comments come along and it sort of puts a dampener on that sort of thing. Maybe I'll still do it. Maybe I'll just lose the enthusiasm and go on to something else. And you won't ever see it's not a threat. It's just like I work on enthusiasm. That's how I work. It's how I've always done things. And when people start commenting, just be careful about that. Please. I appreciate the feedback. I really do. And I analyze it. But sometimes you're just wrong. I have done and will continue to do that mix of content. So there's maybe some argument to be had over about spacing those out. But imagine that Siglant video, by the way, if I did that, it was the next video, and then say the Siglant won the shootout. I'm a paid shill for Siglant, and it's more sponsored bullshit. Come on. Give me a break. Anyway, I've ranted on. How long's this gone for? Probably half an hour. Sorry. Bit incoherent at the moment. Just got back from the gym and I'm all sort of, is that why I'm red in the face? I don't know, am I? Not sure. Anyway, there you go. I hope you found that data interesting. When you actually go and analyze it, like a lot of people, I can appreciate people are driven by emotions and they might get a sense that I'm not giving them what they signed up for. Some people just watch mailbags. Some people just watch, signed up because they liked my debunking videos, and then they just go, where's all the debunking videos? Or they sign up for the tutorials and go, well, where's all the tutorials? Sorry, the eevBlog's an eclectic, mixed content channel, which is why I'll never be as popular as many other channels, because they're more focused. If you give your audience what they want every time in the same format, and it's a similar sort of structure. Channels like AVE do that, Afrotech mods, and there's some in the engineering space. At least there's channels, a lot of the science YouTube channels, for example, they do like the same thing. You get exactly what you signed up for. If you signed up for a minute physics video, or if you sign up for a Veritasium video, or you sign up for any one of those science channels, you'll get the same what you signed up for almost every time. So those channels actually get quite a high subscriber to view ratio. People who signed up and get the email alert. But with an eclectic mixed channel like mine, I get a much lower value than that. I might have 500,000 subscribers, but a good video might get 100,000 views. So that's like 20%. Only like a So yeah, it's not terrific, but that's just the nature of my channel. That's how I've built it up, and that's how I'll continue to run it, and it'll be continued to run based on what I'm enthusiastic about at the time. And I think, as it turns out, unconsciously, it has a reasonable mix of different types of videos. So there you go. Sorry, far too much waffle. Anyway, that's it. I hope that's cleared some things up for people, and please keep giving me feedback. Just be aware that I can't please anyone. Yeah, it's impossible. I can't please anyone. Is that what I said? Yeah. Anyway, I can please, what is it, some of the people some of the time, but not all, the whatever the quote is. Catch you next time.